Hi guys, welcome back to an interesting video by Maximus. Today we're back with even more Injustice Gods Among Us. So, today in this video, we'll be taking a look at the Apokolips Darkseid Elite 7 Level 50 review. So if we can just find Darkseid in our collection, he's right over here, at Elite 7 Level 50. So first off, we're going to take a look at his card itself. So if we jump straight in, this is his card. He has Granny Goodness for health, Big Barda for damage, as well as Lashing for energy regeneration. So I believe that all these are characters that are related to him, so that would make sense. So if you take a look at his stats, he has a decent amount of damage at about 37k when he's at Elite 7 level 50, and he has 88k health, which used to be the highest in the game. However, as of Injustice Patch 2.10, it is no longer. So that's pretty sad. So first off, we take a look at his special. So he has Omega Blast, which is his special one, and it's the same as the other Darkseid in the game, except that instead of shooting the blast from his hands, he shoots it from his eyes, which is really cool. Then we have the Dark Lord. So the Dark Lord is a very special too. So it says here that it does 75k damage. However, that is not true since this special is split up. So basically, half of that 75k damage will go to the opponent that you are facing now. The other 2 quarters will go to the other 2 opponents that are not tagged in at the moment. However, there is a catch, which means that if you knock out one opponent, the person you're facing now takes half the damage, but the other person still takes a quarter of the damage. So quarter of the damage here is wasted if you have already killed one opponent. So that's really sad how this move works. It's pretty interesting, but I think it could have been better. And the animation for this is great. He just basically grows giant and just smashes the ground. It looks really cool. Then we have his super, which is I Am Many Things, which is really nice super. You guys can get to see it later. So now we move on to the really interesting part, which is his design and his passive. So first off, I'm taking a look at his design. His design is really nice. He looks pretty cool with those glowing eyes and all. He is Darkseid after all. Really cool. So at this point in time, I'm going to talk about his combo. So his heavy combo is a 3-hit heavy combo, and it's really slow. His light combo is really slow as well, but you wouldn't be using the heavy combo due to his passive working with his light combo. So his light combo is 3 hits followed by the combo ender. And the combo ender is 1 hit, but it is a Black Racer combo ender. So basically, his passive is the Black Racer, which is his combo ender. Basic combo has a chance of summoning the Black Racer, who causes random unique effects on his opponent. So that's pretty... It doesn't really give us much detail, but I will be telling you the effects that you can get. So if you play with him for a while, you pretty much know that there are only 3 effects that you can get, and they are all really crazy. So the first effect that you can get is bleeding. So out of the 3 effects, I like bleeding, and actually all 3 effects are good, but I kind of don't really like life steal, so I will get to that later. So here's bleeding. So basically bleeding is interesting thing to note. Bleeding is based on your opponent's health, not your own damage. So that means that Darkseid at Elite 1 and at Elite 7 will do the same amount of bleed to the same opponent, since it's based on his opponent, not himself. So that's really cool. And that's a catch to this bleeding, because the first 5 seconds of the bleed will do 2.4% of the opponent's maximum health, and after that it will bleed for 2% of the opponent's health per second. So here's the crazy part. The bleeding actually lasts forever until the opponent tags out. If the opponent tags out, tags back in, of course it'll be rinsed. But if your opponent does not tag out, or if that's the last opponent you're facing, his other 2 teammates already KO'd, the bleeding lasts forever. And that's just crazy. It means that your opponent will keep losing health. So that would mean that if you have 1 opponent left and you just keep blocking, your opponent will eventually just die from the bleeding. So that's crazy. And not only that, the bleeding stacks. So if you hit the combo ender Black Racer with bleeding, and then you do another combo and Black Racer with bleeding again, it stacks up to twice the bleed. So that's even more crazy. So, and it gets even better or worse if you're facing him. So his his next oh yeah I do want to mention something before that of Batman Returns Catwoman. For the first 5 seconds of the bleed, the 2.4%, her passive does not affect that, it doesn't double it, but for the 6 second onward, the bleed does double to 4%. So with her, even more bleed damage. So really cool. Excuse me. So the next effect you can actually get is Curse. So Curse basically means every attack that you hit your opponent with after your opponent gets cursed, if he doesn't block, it will be critical. So basically means that your opponent gets so-called cursed, and whatever attack you or any of your teammates do to the opponent, if it's unblocked, it will be critical. So that's crazy. It basically makes every attack auto-critical. So that's just crazy. You're gonna do a ton of damage. So um, however, Arkham Knight Batman and Red Sun Green Lantern and his Red Sun team will not get cursed. So yeah, that's a downside, but not too bad. So last effect, which I find the least useful, or rather I don't like it the most, because in comparison to the other two, it's not as good. But don't get me wrong, it's really good, but just that compared to the other two, it kind of pales in comparison. So last effect you can get is Lifesteal. So basically, you gain 5 times the damage, 5 times health of the damage of the combo ender. So if I hit the Black Racer for 100, I will gain back 500 HP. So it is reduced by Killer Frost as well, so it kind of sucks. So yeah, excuse me. So that is pretty much his passive explained. So now I'm going to be recommending some gears and some teammates. So I'm going to cover gears first. So one gear that I will recommend is Ra's al Ghul's Scimitar. Since you're already having to use your combo ender a lot, why not just drain the opponent at the same time? So Ra's al Ghul Scimitar right here. And another gear I could recommend is the EVII stick. So this will give even more dot. So that's pretty useful, but I will not be putting that on him. So actually, we can also put on the LexCorp helmet because it gives even more dot, and it gets your crit attacks up when your opponent is cursed, and gives even more blocking, making him even tankier. So he already has really high health. So that's really cool. And lastly, I could recommend the entire 4th rule set, especially on multi-player defense. It's really irritating since he has so high health, so tanky, and you just can't knock him out. So yeah, that's really cool. So I have faced him in multiplayer before where I had only one character left, and he just did bleed and curse on me, and I didn't lose, but it made the fight really hard and really painful. So yeah, I definitely hate that a lot. So let's see what else. What are the gear you can put on? Well, I'd say the League of Assassins Blade, since it gives even more dot on special. I'm just focusing all on the dot here. So let's see how he does with this combo. So for teammates, I'm gonna get a little bit creative here. So for his teammates, honestly, I'd say that the only really good teammate I recommend is Batgirl. Not Batgirl, what am I talking about? I mean Hawkgirl. Because of the fact that Hawkgirl right over here, she's already on the team. She will snare the opponent for 8 seconds, and the opponent can switch out. Although there's a glitch on that, and it's only 5 seconds currently, so that kind of sucks. But then again, it still helps. So when your opponent gets bleed or cursed, you prevent them from tagging out, and that's really cool. So lastly, another character I recommend is basically anyone with a strong special 2, because you can curse and then tag in, and then just destroy them with special 2. So for this case, I shall just put in, let's see here, let's put in Arkham Origins Batman, just for the test fight. So let's get on to the first test fight where I can show you all his combos and his specials. So I'm going to show you guys the heavy combo first because you would never really use this in actual fact. So here's his heavy combo. Bam, bam, bam. 3 hits. And that's his light combo. 3 hits with combo ender. So we get the life drain. And as well as the power drain. So I believe we got the beat. So I'm going to show you guys special 2 first before we knock anyone out so we can get the maximum effect. Although Harley Quinn is pretty close to being knocked out now. So bam, Harley Quinn takes damage. As you can see there on the side, Joker and the other Harley also took damage. There goes Harley and Joker with a bang. As you can see, we blocked for a total of only about 4,000 damage. And you hit special one, Omega Blast. So it's rapid swipe followed by the aiming. And here we go, blast from the eyes. It's so cool. We get hit by the crowbar. So let's get some. Alright, so we get the bleed again. Look at how Joker is just bleeding all the way. Especially combined with our gear. So before he dies, let's just quickly knock out the Joker. There we go. So really cool. And just destroyed him. So let's go for another test fight here. And we didn't make use of Hawkgirl or Arkham Origins Batman. So let's try to do it this time. I'm gonna get distracted by the power drain text there. I always miss catching what Black Racer effect we got. So let's try not to fall prey to the same mistake. So we got the bleed. So really good. Bam, bam, bam. Alright, I'm not sure what we got this time though. I think we got the bleeding again, so it's stacked. And again, so Harley is just basically done for. And Joker comes in for bang, just block it just in the nick of time. I will be showing you a super. Oh, great, we get hit by a bang. So here is the I am many things. So here we go, just grabbing the Joker. And there's Lashing and Big Barda, the 2 support cards we saw. Bam. And Joker, oh, actually not knocked out. So it's super not that good. So let's tag in Batman. And let's get rid of Harley Quinn. Honestly, Darkseid can fit on any team and he can be a tank. But in addition to that, his bleed and curse effects are really great for the entire team. And let's try this battle. Let's see how he fares. So let's quickly get it off. So we hit the power drain and it's a curse. So let's get Batman in. Although we can't get off special 2, let's get off the explosive battering, and this should be critical. There we go, it's critical. So stun and critical again. So every hit we hit him now will be critical until he tags out. So let's quickly tag to Hawkgirl and not allow him to tag out. So Hawkgirl getting some crits as well. Let's get off the mace charge. Now we're gonna tag back to, oh, he tagged out just as we tagged out as well. So he did manage to escape this time. So Flying Punch blocked for a mere 1900. Flying Punch blocked again. So let's get off Omega Blast again. Super Health does trigger. But I believe that our bleeding and all, it's really strong. So it did not really help Superman at all. And this hit will hit. Alright, Countless Deaths blocked. So let's see if we can get the Black Racer to trigger. Lifesteal. So as you can see there, we healed up a little bit. Alright, we've seen all the effects already. So let's get some more combos in, and you got the bleed this time. So let's get the Omega Blast. Or we do knock him out. Grundy takes the last hit. We're gonna get Batman in. Just get off all his specials, and there goes Grundy. So as you can see there, Darkseid really useful and really great of a character. So overall, usefulness, he can fit into any team really, and he can be a great tank. But in addition to that, he's a team player, and his curse and bleed effects will help the entire team. So all around, he's a pretty new character that just came out 2 updates ago, and I really like him. So thanks for watching this video, and